Hi. I wanted to make a video because I know you guys haven't seen me update you all in a bit. I'm just in my kitchen right now, so excuse the trash. I I have been very MIA, and I feel like I always repeat myself with this, and I think this is like an issue I've had for a long time where when I'm struggling internally that I don't want to be around others and I don't want to like subject myself or subject other people to my negative energy. So I like try to step back a bit. But I realized that can come across kind of negligent and careless. And so I always end up backtracking and having to explain myself um, and I feel obligated to because I feel like that's the right thing to do. So here I am. Hi. Um, I don't know how in depth you guys um, care to know about things that have been going on. So I will play it by ear, I guess, and you can end the video when you want to end the video. Um, it's been a pretty crazy year. A year ago was when the video of my grandpa went viral, and that was amazing, which was the catalyst to my success in music, right? Which also led me to pursuing the creation of my album, which has been amazing. And it's out now if you haven't listened to it. And it has my whole heart in it. You hear me sing about everything. My personal struggles with myself and my own toxic behavior, whether that be in relationships or friendships, and realizing how isolated that makes me and how lonely that makes me, and trying to be okay with that. I also talk about my parents, and I have a very complicated relationship with them, and it's gotten more so as I've gotten older. Um, so I'm getting a phone call. Um, so I've had to, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, okay. I've had to set a lot of boundaries for myself because at some point I had to accept that my parents were being unhealthy to each other and to me. I've always known that, but you know, when you are around abuse for so long, you um, really become accustomed to it. It's normalized, and you accept it as your life. Um, so I ended up uh, having to move out, which was about time, I guess. Like, I'm flashing my poop. It was about time for me to do that. I was 21, and I was like, okay, maybe it's time for me to leave. But it was absolutely not planned, and it was a spur of the moment type of situation where I was like, oh fuck, I need to leave before um, the rug gets pulled out from underneath me. And that's a scary feeling, knowing you're out of control, but convincing yourself that you are, or doing the things that you need to do to ensure that you are. So I had to escape a very bad home life um, quickly, and I had to be financially responsible for myself. So here I am in my own place that I share. Um, but there were just a lot of things going on in my personal life that made me more and more isolated. And you guys know me now, right? I'm quite shy. Unless I feel really comfortable, then I'm suddenly talkative. Um, but yeah, I was becoming more and more alienated from others and from myself. And I got really stuck in here. Um, I was really bad to myself the last few months and hurt myself in a lot of ways that I didn't know was possible for me. And I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed of myself. I was embarrassed for becoming popular. Uh, I was embarrassed by all of it. And suddenly I just like didn't know what to do with the success that was given to me. Um, though it seemed like a small success, it was huge for me at the time to be recognized by anyone, to be told that I was good. And that's not something that I had been raised with and had been accustomed to. I was very much taught to be humble, but to a fault, right? To become insecure and to not believe in myself. So when suddenly a bunch of people did believe in me, I was like, oh shit, this is amazing. Like, I'm motivated. But then you get too close to your own self and your own demons and your own negativity that you can pull yourself back down and be self-sabotaging. So that is kind of a path that I started heading down once I moved out. Because once I moved out, it was like just me and my thoughts, and that's no good. So on top of like all the random shit that happened like in my life, like I had a lot of me things to go through. And when the album was done, I was tired. I was like relieved that I could just hand something to you guys, because I felt empty-handed for a while, and I felt like you guys have been so amazingly patient and kind and supportive, and I couldn't give you anything yet. And so I was just happy for the album to be out. And a part of me was upset because I felt like I had missed my window, because obviously a lot of hype died down, and that's just what happens, right? Relevancy, I guess is the noun for it, changes, and you can't control that. You can't force yourself to stay relevant, right? So I felt like by the time I actually finished the album and got everything prepared, no one was waiting anymore. I hate talking about this. It makes me feel embarrassed. So I ended up feeling like disappointed with the turnout. But then I was reminded why I even do this shit, and it's because I love making music, and I was doing it when 0 people are listening. So what makes a difference now, right? Or I guess what changes now? So yeah, I just was in a weird place, and I think was making music to continue to heal myself, which is what I will always do. But I was also kind of supplying a demand, and things got a little bit muddied. So I didn't end up being as happy for myself as I hoped I'd be. And yeah, there were also some weird things that ended up happening with some shows that I was supposed to do, like being not valued and not paid, or like being asked to do a bunch of free stuff where I'd have to fly out and like take work off, and then not get paid, and I'd have to pay for my own flight and all that shit. So that was not cool either. And I started to doubt myself. I'm like, I'm only getting booked for these types of things, and I feel really undervalued. On top of being undervalued in my professional life since graduating college. Like, it's been this really weird double life that I've been living, where I'm trying to pursue a professional life that can also feed my creative life, because doing music alone is not paying the bills. And that's unfortunate, because when you're creative, you need time to be creative, and you can't if you're working, 40 to 60 hours a week. And at some point, that's what I was doing. I was working 12-hour days, 5 days a week, and I was like, I went to college, and I have to work this much. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And yeah, that's a whole nother video about my 5 jobs in the last year, 4 or 5 jobs in the last year. But yeah, things have been really weird and just like chaotic and uncontrollable, and I've just had to learn to roll with the punches. I'm very much a control freak, so having these things come up made me feel like I had absolutely no harness on where my life was going. And yeah, I feel like I'm in a better place these days emotionally. I finally opened up myself to receiving help that I need, counseling, so that I'm not alone in my thoughts. Yeah. I started writing new stuff though. And I have plans to make another project, but it's going to be shorter, probably like 5 tracks, and it's going to be very intimate. At least that's the plan. I want it to be my voice and like a few instruments, and I want it to kind of like go back to my roots and bare my soul in a different way than I did the last album, because the production was amazing. I love Bad Dreams. Um, but there's a little bit of a disconnect for me, um, where I felt like the production was so great that it was too many things to pay attention to. Um, so I wonder how a project would sound if I just stripped it bare minimum and did it that way. And it'll be cool to have both, right? Um, so yeah, this is 11 minutes long. I was going to edit it, but I don't think I will. I just want you guys to know that I'm here doing my fucking best. Honestly, my home didn't look like a home until like a couple months ago. It was literally like empty walls and like no furniture, nothing. And I had to like save up and be able to buy things for myself. Yeah. I ramble so much. But I wanted to tell you for the millionth time how grateful I am for your love and your support, whether that be financially or emotionally. I needed it a lot this year, and to be able to fall back on you guys was the security that I needed. And I hope that I haven't disappointed you guys, and I hope that I continue making you proud. So yeah, I'm going to stop this video now before I get emotional. But thank you for being here. Please feel free to lower your tier. Right now, I don't need a lot of funding right now. And I'll make a separate post of that can be clear. Right now, I don't need a lot of funding for anything, besides like paying a band or something. But until I make a project again, I am not in dire need. But it would be nice if you continue to support me so that I can save up and just have that. But yeah, thank you a million times. Thank you, and I'm eternally grateful for you guys. Also, I really want to start those like FaceTime calls again, individual private phone calls again, because I miss you guys. Yeah, okay, bye. I'm leaving now. Have a good day.